With more days of extreme heat stacking up in an action day on Wednesday, we're all looking for ways to keep our cars cooler. Are these the answer? 13 fact finders tested out sunshades to see how well they keep out the heat. The searing summer heat beams straight into your car. You can get contact burns just from sliding into the seat. Do sunshades really help? We tested 3 cars. The first, our Control, had no shade. We took the temperature inside each car at the start and at the end of the test. 116. We have 116 in our Control vehicle. I'm also going to put a cup of ice here on the dash, and we're going to see how quickly that melts. Car number 2 got a thin pop-out shade. Ooh, this one says 124 right here on the dash. I'm aiming at the same place we did on number 1. That is hot in this vehicle. So let's put up our shade. This one is just a fabric shade with a print on it. It has no reflection. Again, we tested visually with ice. The shade was the cheapest at $8. Car 3 has the most elaborate shade, 131. So this one is going to get this nice, like higher quality reflective. We waited an hour, then went back to our Control car. And let's see how much the temperature has risen against this black dash here. 154 is what that surface reads. Over that hour, as the sun moved directly overhead, the temp in our Control car went up 38 degrees with no shade and no trace of ice left. Car number 2 had the pop-up shade, but still some ice left in this cup of water. Now we're going to test the dash here. 137. In this car, the temperature increased about 13 degrees. And now we are in our third and final vehicle, which had this reflective shade. It's kind of quilted, kind of fancy. No ice left in this cup of water. And measuring the temp, 143 on this one. The temperature in car 3 with the reflective shade increased 12 degrees. So the bottom line, the sunshades did make a difference of more than 10 degrees. And it was the cover each shade provided, not necessarily the material or reflection, that was the key cooling factor. And we did make sure that we used cars that had a similar interior, similar exterior, because that makes a difference too.
Similar color.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting because I do get this question a lot. People want to know about window tint too, and those shades. And they both work to keep your car cooler, but they just do it in different ways.
Right.
Yeah. So generally speaking, those window shades have a tendency to reflect a lot of that sunlight. So it blocks some of that solar insulation from getting into your car's interior, whereas tint works to absorb it because of how dark it is.
Oh.
So it absorbs a lot of it before it gets into your car. So I mean, they do the same thing essentially, but they just do it in different scientific ways.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I did wonder about that with my car's tinted windows.
Thanks for doing that study, because I've always wanted to know like exactly how much cooler it keeps your car.
Well, thanks for
the
heat gun you loaned me.
And
Weather Center.
Keep those shades in the car because you're going to want them as we heat up through the course of the week. We may